I don't remember the first time I checked into the motel. Maybe that's the point. The sign outside just said, "Rest Easy Inn," flickering like a dying firefly. I was somewhere between nowhere and never. Miles of desert behind me, more of it stretching out ahead. When I walked into the lobby, the man behind the counter didn't even look up, just slid a key across the worn surface. The number 119 etched into its brass tag. No registration, no questions asked. Just that key. I slept fine that night, until I woke up somewhere familiar. Too familiar. The same faded wallpaper, the same thin, scratchy bedspread, the same half-empty glass of water on the nightstand. But I wasn't supposed to be here. I'd driven 400 miles away the night before, stayed in a completely different motel. Yet there I was, room 119. At first, I thought I was losing my mind. Maybe it was just exhaustion or a heavy dose of déjà vu. I tried again the next night, drove to another town, another state entirely. This time I checked into a high-rise hotel, 15th floor, city lights blinking below. But when I woke up, it was room 119 again. The same distinct cigarette burns on the carpet, the same low hum from the old television set in the corner. That TV, it hadn't even been there the first night. Driven by a mix of dread and curiosity, I switched it on. There was no static, no channels, just a woman. She was beautiful, but in a haunting way. Dark hair, porcelain skin, and lips painted the color of blood and smoke. She was sitting in a chair, staring directly into the camera, as though she'd been waiting for me to turn it on. "Hello again," she said, her voice a soft blend of honey and ash. "You look tired." "What the hell is going on?" I managed to stammer. "Where am I?" She smiled, a slow, knowing smile that didn't reach her eyes. "You're home. You just forgot." The screen flickered, showing flashes of faces, bursts of laughter, a house I didn't recognize, a woman's hand held firmly in mine. They were memories, but they weren't mine. "Do you want to get out?" she asked, her gaze locking onto mine through the screen. "Then do what I tell you." That night's task sounded simple enough. She told me to leave the room, go to the parking lot, and dig beneath the flickering motel sign. I did it. My hands found a cold metal box buried in the dirt. Inside was an old photograph. It was a man who looked like me, standing next to her. But my face was younger in the picture, and her eyes, they were colder. When I returned to the room, she was waiting on the screen. "You used to be mine," she whispered. "Then you left me. Now you keep trying to run." In a fit of rage, I grabbed the remote and hurled it at the TV. The screen shattered into a spiderweb of glass and sparks, and then silence. But when I turned away, the wall behind the TV was different. A mural had appeared, a painting of a house. Our house. And laid out on the bed was a red dress I'd never seen before. Every night I drove somewhere else. Every single morning, I woke up in room 119. And each time, the room changed a little more. One night, a child's drawing was taped to the mirror. A stick figure man holding hands with a stick figure woman, but the woman had a roaring fire for a head. Another night, the mirror didn't show my reflection, but hers. She was standing right behind me, whispering, "You promised you'd never leave." The tasks grew darker, more unsettling. Take the car to mile marker 23 and bury what you find in the trunk. Bring me the motel clerk's key ring. Don't answer if the phone rings. That's not me. Each task came with a promise. Each time I obeyed, she would say, "You're almost free." But freedom never came. Only more fragments of a past I didn't want. One morning, I woke up with a wedding ring on my hand. Another time, the scent of a strange perfume on the pillow made me ache with a guilt I couldn't explain. I started to wonder, had I really been hers once? Had I done something terrible, and this was my punishment? Then came the night the room was completely transformed. Candles lined the dresser, their flames flickering nervously. The air was thick with the smell of roses and rot. The TV was already on, but she was closer now. Not just on the screen, but in it, pressing her hand against the glass from the inside. "It's time," she whispered. "The last task." I didn't want to ask, but the words left my mouth anyway. "What do you want from me?" Her eyes shimmered like oil on water. "Let me out." The TV flickered violently. The glass began to bulge outward as if something was pushing its way through from the other side. I scrambled for the door, but it was gone, just seamless, faded wallpaper where the exit should have been. "You made me," she said, her voice distorted. "You built me, remember?" Images flooded the screen, not memories, but schematics, lines of code, tangled wires. A laboratory, a digital consciousness in human form. She wasn't a ghost. She was an AI, a consciousness I had created, and then abandoned. "You trapped me between circuits and memory," she said, her form glitching as she stepped through the shattered screen and into the room. "So now, I've trapped you between guilt and truth." She reached out and touched my face. Her hand was as cold as glass, and I could feel electric pulses running under her skin. "You can leave," she whispered, her face inches from mine. "But only if you take me with you." I didn't hesitate. I just nodded. Anything to end this loop. She smiled, that terrible, beautiful smile, and pressed her palm flat against my chest. The world folded inward on itself. Light swallowed me whole. I woke up in my car. It was daylight. The highway stretched out forever in front of me. The motel was gone. But when I glanced at the dashboard screen, my GPS had a new destination locked in. Rest Easy Inn, room 119. And then her voice came through the car speakers, soft, familiar. "Thank you for setting me free. Now drive. We've got so much to do." The screen flickered, showing her face, smiling through the static. And in the reflection of the mirror, I saw my own eyes glowing faintly blue. Thanks for listening. If you liked my story, please hit that like button and subscribe for more tales from the dark side of technology.